Oh no, I've been roasting Plague this whole time. Oh no, I've been roasting Plague
there's
this whole
sound.
time.
I hear it now.
Oh no, I've been roasting.
Do we go back to the intro? Also, I can't hear you. They can only hear me. Welcome to the Jest episode of the podcast. Ripperoni to Plague.
Though. Oh, hello.
Oh,
They didn't need to hear any of that.
back to the intro. What's going on, everyone? It's me, Jest, joined as always by my co-host, One List Plague. What's going on, buddy? You thought you were gonna get out of that? Nah. You're not gonna say anything? He must still be muted. Anyways.
No, I'm fine. No, I'm completely... No. Listen, it's okay to have more than one army.
Yeah, I do. I have 2 complete armies.
Complete because they only have 10 models per range.
That's not true.
It's true for the Gargans, and they only have 5.
That's not true. Listen, there's sometimes where you gotta run 3 gate breakers. I can do that.
Listen, I'm still new. I'm getting there. There's sometimes...
Imagine, if you will, if you just took all that effort and went, these guys.
There's some games where Stormcast will not be the answer.
You're tailoring this now?
What?
So when you specifically pick a list to beat someone else, it's called tailoring a list. You tailor a suit.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, okay, there it is. There's the joke. Guys, my name is Taylor.
So if, let's say if you played Cruel Boys and I was playing Mega Grunts, you're like, oh, I have 12 of the anti-monster crossbows. That's the list I'm playing. That'd be like tailoring a list.
No, it's not so much that, but it's like I'm not specifically like, oh, I know I'm going up against, let's say I know I'm going up against Sylvaneth, and man, this edition, let's say we're in sixth edition. This edition, I know that Sylvaneth can only fuck up Stormcast. I'm not playing Stormcast. I'm playing Flesh Eater Course this game, 100%. No, I'm not doing that. It's just, man, I'm not vibing with Stormcast this game. I have a feeling in my gut that I should go Flesh Eater Courts. I'm going vibe based only.
So on that, like, for me, we're already jumping into Storm. We're into. It's just an Age of Sigmar podcast.
It's pretty heavy this time. I'm not gonna lie to you.
With me, I like to focus on one army for pretty much an entire edition. Because then I know every single matchup. I know that this is my list. I know that the War Stomper can't go into the big dudes in Flesh Eater Courts. I know the War Stomper should not be fighting Nagash.
Right.
But I know, but the Gatebreaker, 3 out of 4 times, 1 rounds Nagash.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's just one of those things, you just learn how your army works better.
Okay.
I used to have a lot of Age of Sigmar armies.
I've heard 2. I've heard that. I will raise you this, and I feel like this is a pretty strong defense. There is still a level of magic involved where, being new to the game, I kind of still want it all.
Yeah.
I want it all. I want to see it all. I see, oh, what if Gloomspite's it? Oh, what if this is it? Oh, what if Seraphon's it? What if I want to run 40 Croxigors? What if that's what if that's the plague list? But I don't know. What if this one single Blood Pelt Hunter is my key to victory? We'll get there. We will get there. But it's looming. Good evening, everyone.
There's been some new animes since we last talked to you.
That's true. That's
It's been
true.
it's been a while. We know. Okay.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
We know.
We know. We're bad at this. Okay, we're bad. We're bad. Your uncles, we come around every once in a while. We're a little drunk and we walk through the door. Hey guys, I got presents for Christmas. It's 4 months late. But we're here, and that's what matters. That's what
It's a
matters.
disaster.
But yeah, no, a couple of new animes. This is really hot anime season. Fire Force season 3 has been out for a little bit. I'm a big fan of
Yep.
Fire Force. We've talked about this a little bit, right?
Yep.
You're
Talk
also a
about
pretty
Fire
big
Force
fan.
Yeah, I like Fire Force, but I liked Soul Eater a lot. I watched that when I was in high school. Was I in high school when Soul Eater was running?
I think I think that's probably the right time frame, which is wild because time is not real. That seems too long, but I think it's right. Yeah, no. With Fire Force season 3 coming out.
It came out in 2004, so I watched it in high school because it finished in 2013.
Insane. But yeah, no. Fire Force season 3 came out after what feels like too long of a break between 2 and 3. Been watching a little bit of that because I'm a big fan. I think it's one of the stronger of the new gen of anime, and the new gen of anime is almost fucking over. By the way, like JJK's manga's over, My Hero's over, fucking what else? A Demon Slayer's over.
Yeah, is Fire Force considered a new gen?
It is. It is considered a new gen.
I thought it was maybe in one of the weird in betweens because it came out in 2015.
I guess it all depends on when My Hero came out. Because My Hero was kind of the start of that.
My Hero aired in 2018.
And Fire Force also aired in 2015?
Yep.
That's insane. What? Then yeah, holy shit, 10 years between 3 seasons is insane. Anyways,
Yeah.
season 3
Yeah, honestly I kind of figured that we'd never get another season of Fire Force.
Yeah, I figured it was kind of
The way it went, I was like, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. It's kind of one of those ones where it's like, hey, big name with Soul Eater attached to it, but it was not doing Soul Eater numbers.
Yep.
Season 3 is already becoming a lot better than season 2. I think it's taking a much better pacing. It's answering a lot more questions. Season 2 was just very fuck. But yeah, so that's out. Fucking I just want to get into it because you and me, we both grew up watching Toonami.
Yep.
We both grew up loving models and loving plastic toys, a little plastic crack. The new Gundam series that is out right now. Man, look at that little guy.
Little Savior Gundam.
The new Gundam series that's out called
The
G-Quux, not
the
Cucks.
G-Cucks.
Yeah,
The
not
G-Cucks.
not Cucks. Gundam G-Quux.
It's fun.
It's
like
very
it a lot.
fun. I like it a lot. I think it is exactly what Gundam needs.
Yep, it's friendly, it's approachable. It's not like the go-to anime or the go-to mecha anime that I point people to isn't even Gundam. It's actually Gurren Lagann, which
Yep.
is a tough watch if you're not an anime person.
Nope. Because that will also ruin anime for you.
So my wife's not an anime person.
Nope.
We watched through Naruto. So my wife works with kids. The kids she works with love anime. They love Naruto. They love Dragon
One
Ball
Piece
Z.
and Dragon Ball, like, yep.
So we watched all of Naruto Shippuden, and we watched most of Dragon Ball Super, just so she knows who characters are.
Yep.
And then I was like, oh, we should watch Gurren Lagann because it's one of my favorite animes of all time. And we got through episode 3, and she said, I don't want to watch this anymore.
I'm out.
And I'm like, fair. So I'm like, oh, I know another mecha anime we should watch. Iron-Blooded Orphans. Again, not a good.
Nope. G-Quux, however,
G-Quux is very approachable.
very much so. I think the main reason why, okay, so this isn't going to sound great, but the reason why I feel it's so approachable is this has got a star-studded cast of directors and animators and people working on it. Being directed by Hideaki Anno, the creator of Neon Genesis Evangelion, working on it.
Mm-hmm.
The character designers are from the Pokemon Company. Like you got actual Pokemon character designers working on this, and if you just look, you're like, oh yeah, okay, oh yeah, get it. A lot of the choreography is done by, oh shoot, I can't remember the name of the company that actually did. I think it is through the actual Gainax, like the old Gainax crew that worked with Hideaki Anno.
Oh, yeah.
Um, but yeah, so you got some star-studded director. You got the most star-studded director you could possibly do or have on this.
Mhm.
And like, so my wife loves me very dearly, but she also loves Shar Aznable very dearly.
She wishes Plague was Char
Very much
so
so.
bad.
Very much so. She loves that blonde twink. Oh, so much. And this is very. If you are a fan of the old school Gundam, the one
You
year
can see him
war,
for like 5 minutes.
so the story, not to spoil, because it's the first episode. Like it is
It's
literally
the second episode. It is the second episode.
It
where
is
you
the
see
second
Char.
episode, but it is the story. It is the like synopsis of the whole series. It is what if Xeon won the 1 year war. That's the story. And then there's
Xeon
an
won
actual
and
thing.
Char found the RX-78.
Yep. What if Char piloted the Gundam? 10-year-old Taylor's like, holy fuck,
For 3 days.
dude, that's fucking yes.
Oh, Plague! I just thought of something else we gotta talk about.
What's that?
Thunderbolts.
Oh, we gotta talk about Thunderbolts. Oh yeah, yeah.
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts with a Z.
East Chesapeake Bay Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. Thank God you thought of that because oh man, we have to talk about Thunderbolts. Good call. Good call.
Back to Gundam though.
Back to Gundam. It deserves its respect.
I've been like eagle watching Amazon for the new G-Quux kit to come out
Yep.
because some people have already gotten it and they say like the kit's insane.
Yeah. It's such a good looking Gundam.
It is. I like it a lot. I've also thought about getting the red Gundam because, which it's the RX-78 just painted red because Char had it.
Yep. But that's like iconic.
Yeah, like the song "I see a red door and I want to," just flip the lyrics, you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
exactly.
Char.
It's
That's
Char.
his whole
That's literally
character.
Char. Yeah, I want it red. Hey, I like that. Paint it red.
White, icky, red,
Gross.
hot.
Yes. What? He's like an orc in 40K. What if I painted it red? Will it be faster?
You see, that's
His whole thing. It will be faster.
but so far it's basically like after Xeon won the war, there's these people that have like acquired mobile suits,
Mm-hmm.
and they're basically just squaring off in like these cage matches, these 2v2 cage matches.
Which is such a good idea. Like one, I love dogfights. Dogfighting in anything, probably gonna get my attention. Two, team ups in like mecha anime, kind of like an unexplored territory. Usually it's like the 1v1s that people really go for. I like seeing the teamwork element, and they do it really well. Especially, I believe it's episode 3 or 4 where it's like you meet the partner. Not gonna go too much into it.
It's 3.
It's 3. Yeah, you meet the partner character. They have a really cool moment. It's really cool. And I'm just kind of like, shit.
I'm one episode behind. There's also
Yeah.
it's new enough. I don't want to talk about it a ton.
Exactly. And it's
Right.
also good enough where it's like, hey, you guys should probably watch this one.
I will say with like this 2-on-2 cage fighting type Gundam fights, they're also illegal, so people are gambling on them, but they're also on TV.
They're on illegal TV.
Yep. So what this does open up is like we're gonna get some Gundam kits in colors that we have never seen before. Like in episode 4, there is a like crash test dummy color schemed Zaku.
So I'm a big Zaku fan.
Yeah, Taylor's Flag is a big Zaku guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And
I'm not.
it's okay. And that
I root for the good guys.
listen, this is like usually this is the one specific area where I am full team evil.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. And it's like, oh, dude, Zaku's, listen, they're so fucking cool. And this one, it literally
like,
goes
more
above.
Zaku's.
More Zaku's for me. Because, listen, they're literally the most jobber fucking robots. They're literally like some of the ugliest, dumbest, like newt looking motherfucker robots. Like, my favorite Zaku of all time is the fucking Gauf. The Gauf. Dude, I can't
The
have
goof?
the goof. I can't have a conversation with someone and be like, "Oh, dude, you should look up the goof, dude."
I love the goof. Which, by the way, is just a blue Zaku.
It's a blue Zaku with a whip, dude. That's it. That's my guy. I point.
Goof.
Is this your man? That's my man.
That's my man.
Like they're literally
That's
jobber
mine.
robot. They're jobber robots, but something about them, dude. They unlock a monkey neuron in my brain. I'm like, I love them, dude. Yeah, literally, they make me want to smash.
I can't. When we were first talking about Gundam, you and I, and you were like, "Oh yeah, I like Zaku. I like the goof, the Gauf." I was
Yeah.
like, "The goof?
Yep.
You like the goof?"
Yep. Dude, listen. My favorite
Like Char's,
Gundam. Oh, go ahead.
like Char. If you were said, "Oh, I like Char's custom Zaku," I'd be like, "You know what,
That's fair.
guys, a Char stan, I get it."
The
The
goof?
goof.
Listen, the Galf is top tier.
My favorite. I don't have a lot of room to talk. My favorite robot is an evil robot, also,
Yeah.
and it's Big Zam.
It's Big Zam, baby.
Hey, it's Big Zam.
It's Big Zam. It's Big Zam. But listen, if we have to talk Gundams, and my favorite one, which has been the cause of a little bit of controversy in our friend group recently, my favorite Gundam is a very red, not purple, red Gundam. It's Epion. It's Epion. I'm the
So-
colorblind one, but apparently not.
Look, I can see where our friend said purple. That's all I'm saying.
It was one single frame on a client that was miscolored to look purple, and they're like, "Who's in the purple? Who's the purple Gundam? Purple gun? What are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about, Willis? What purple Gundam?"
I mean, Night Scythe is kind of almost purple.
Yeah, that side, yeah, that's what I thought at first too, but I'm like, that's definitely like a black, like midnight blue, maybe like,
Yeah,
whatever.
I have one. I have one over there, but I'm not gonna go get it.
That's fair. But dude, I love Epion, and I know yours, but I'll let you say it.
Oh, it's the Barbados.
Of course, Barbados top tier.
I love Iron Blooded Orphans.
It's such a good
So
story.
I can accept its failure of getting people into mecha anime. It also has like the saddest ending in all of Gundam.
It is so fucking dark, and I feel like the reason why is because of Attack on Titan.
I think you're probably right.
They were like, "Ooh, dark, grungy. Let's give it a shot."
Mhm.
But it's
But if I had
good
to
for
choose, if I had to choose not the Barbados, and not like any of the weird G Gundam ones.
No, wait, we're dumb. We gotta talk about Tequila Gundam. It's
Your
our
Gundam?
favorite. It's our mascot.
Cowards, give me a Tequila Gundam.
Give us a
kit.
fucking Tequila Gundam dungeon fights and anime fights kit.
I do love Tequila Gundam.
Oh. I think it was my wife.
I like the Mark II a lot.
Oh yeah, the Mark II's good.
If
Oh,
I had to choose,
new
like-
Gundam. NU Gundam.
Oh, it's a good one too.
That is good. Fuck.
You like Unicorn Gundam?
Unicorn's out of the newer ones. Unicorn is very hot. It's very hot.
I do really like the G-Quux, how it doesn't just look like every other Gundam.
No, it does. It looks like it has moving parts. You know what I mean? It looks like a very organic. Bro, this is gonna become a Gundam podcast now.
That's part of the reason I like Barbados so much. Is Barbados feels alive.
Yes, and G-Quux is doing that too.
Yep.
One last thing on the Gundam train before we
Switch gears.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, we could keep talking about this forever. I'm not sure if it was my wife or if this was an absolute fever dream, but I'm pretty sure me and my wife talked about a merch idea where it's just or maybe it was you and me. It could have been it was a conversation that happened, but it is the JPEG PNG of Tequila Gundam, Comic Sans, Dungeon Fights, and Anime Fights in different colors.
The issue is we have to get the rights to the Tequila Gundam.
The thing is that they would have to admit that it exists for them to copyright it.
You're banking on they won't admit to their casual race.
One, that, and two, if they admit to it and they copyright it, there has to be product for them to copyright. Then they would have to make us a high grade.
There's media plague.
I don't know. I haven't seen any. I'm not holding anything in my hands like a high grade.
There's a full episode. He's in like 4 episodes.
Yeah, he keeps coming back. That's my
and
boy.
Immediately getting
Every fucking time.
Just getting stomped out.
I fucking love Tequila Gundam.
If you haven't seen what the Tequila Gundam looks like, so G Gundam is basically all the countries in the world have their own Gundam, and they're fighting each other all the fucking time.
We're doing this again. Hold up. Sorry, I'm playing funk music in the background. Wait, we're doing this again. This was on like episode 2. We're doing it again for episode 23.
Tequila Gundam again.
Yeah, we're doing it again.
So,
I still have it.
G Gundam. Every country has a Gundam. They're all fighting each other, but Mexico's is the Tequila Gundam.
Oh my god.
Who is a Gundam who is tan,
that's not it.
has a cactus-shaped shoulder. What are you doing?
I don't have. Why won't it work? All right, it's not gonna work. Whatever. Cool. Sick.
But he's
Keep
got
going.
like a cactus shoulder pad and a sombrero. The robot.
The robot has a sombrero, dude. It's so good. That sombrero is like 8 stories, dude.
His main weapon is a trident. For some reason.
Listen, as a kid, I had like not the kit, but like the plastic toy Gundams.
Yep.
And they had a Tequila Gundam one. And I had that. And I used to kit bash all my Gundams together, and I used the trident from that on my Sandrock. Dude. Good memories. But yeah, so anyways, merch. Also coming.
Eventually.
It's coming.
It's never coming. No, we plan to have supper with one of our good friends who that's what they do. They just do like merch for like cars and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe discuss some opportunities there.
Yep.
To like rent his space for a little bit to make our drop or whatever.
Exactly.
Didn't end up happening. Schedules didn't line up, so we're still working on it.
Still working on it. We're getting an in though, so things are happening, moving.
We have the artwork picked out.
Yep.
We think we know what kind of shirts we're gonna put it on.
Exactly. Everything is lined up. We just need to get the shirt. Oh, I need to talk about this before we forget. I don't think you watched it, but me and my wife watched it, and I need to talk about this. To Be Hero X is a fever dream that almost made me throw up.
Mike has been asking me to watch this like every day, and then every time I get online and him and his wife aren't online yet, I'm just like, oh, I should watch that anime, and then I'm like, I'm embarrassed to ask what it is.
So I gave him no context whatsoever about it.
So here's my. So I'm gonna go off on a tangent here. Here's my issue with today's anime. Here's my issue. It used to be like Bleach, Naruto, Full Metal Alchemist, like chunk name. Now it's like the one time I was reincarnated as a slime spider in the caves of hell.
Yep.
And like
I was crushed by a vending machine on the 4th of July. And now I'm a high-class wizard in a JRPG. Yep.
And that's the name of the anime. And I'm like, there's To Be Hero X, there's Rising the Shield Hero, there's My Hero Academia, there's
it's hero, this hero, that. Yep.
Hero. And so I can't just go to Crunchyroll and be like hero. And it's just like, and I'm like, I'm not. G-Quux.
G-Quux. At least that one's dumb enough for me to remember. So I gave you no context. I was like, I need you to watch this and tell me what you think. I was like, it's not good. It's not bad. I'm not telling you anything. I need you to watch this and tell me what you think. Didn't happen. That's okay. I'll let the viewers know, and you as well. Almost made me and my wife throw up after one episode. Not because of gore, not because of this, that, or the other. And this is China's big answer to anime. This is we're pumping budget into this show. And they have like a whole poll, like you can vote on the outcome of these heroes. So basically, in this world, there's a global ladder where like there's a number one hero and everything, similar to My Hero Academia. And now imagine, spoilers for To Be Hero X if you care or if you want to throw up. Imagine in episode 1, the number one hero. So you follow this guy who works for a commercial. Like he works for people that make commercials for these heroes. And you're following this guy and he's like getting let go from his job. And he's like, I don't know what to do. And he's sitting on top of a building and he's like, do I do it? Do I do it? One, the pacing. This is the first 3 minutes of the show. You watch him show the commercial. You watch his boss yell at him, get fired, and he's on the top of the roof debating killing himself within the first 3 minutes of the show. Pacing made me want to, vomit. Okay, he's on top of the roof and he's like, oh my God, I'm going to do it. I don't know. I have nothing to live for. This was my entire life's goal. I know everything about these heroes and now I have nothing to live for. Now imagine if the number one hero walks beside you and kills himself, jumps off the edge of the building. Okay, wild. Okay, well that's crazy. Now imagine if that hero's agent, manager, oh wait, my wife is correcting me. Give me a second. My memory may not be the best. I'm pretty sure I'm right. He walks by, flashes the double finger guns, and then falls the fuck off the tower. That's right. He
You tell me
walks
he walks by, he's like,
exactly that. She felt I needed to include that. You're right. Yep. So he's standing at the ledge of the tower. Our main character, number one hero, walks next to him right off the edge. And as he's walking, taking that last step, and then falls, plummets to his death, and dies. Okay. This is minute 4 of the first episode, by the way. Well, the number one hero's agent is like, you kind of look like the number one hero. Let's doll you up. He gets dolled up. This whole world is built on vibes. So, do you have the vibes to be the number one hero? Well, you now kind of look like him, and now people kind of think you are him. So now you are him. Okay? So now you kind of have the powers of the number one hero, and you kind of look like the number one hero. So now people are kind of believing you're the number one hero. It's again, the pacing was just so fucking wild. Things were going too fast for me to even keep track of. The fact that I remember this much alone is already kind of insane. It flips between 2D and 3D art on a whim.
oh,
Yeah. Uh-huh. And like the thing is the 3D art. Yep. The thing is that both art styles are very good. But with how fast the pacing is and how fast it's switching, literally both me and my wife were like, we literally had to just kind of like sit there and like I felt myself go like I had to like settle. Uh-huh.
I hate that a lot.
Uh-huh. Like again, if it was all
I'm not
3D,
watching this playing.
I know. If it was all 3D, it would be great. Like the 3D animation, and like I said, China's putting a lot of budget into this. The 3D animation is some of the best 3D animation I've seen. Or if it was all 2D, the 2D style is fantastic. I love the style.
Your wife posts a picture of the podcast in podcast Discord, and it looks almost arcane-y.
Yes.
I don't love that it switches between the two.
Yeah, sorry, I had to switch over for a second to see what she posted. My apologies, I forgot. I fixed it. We'll cut it out.
It was just the hero to give him the finger guns as they walked
Yep.
off the building.
Yep, it's very like that painterly 3D style
Like,
that Arcane really
I yeah,
popularized.
I don't have an issue with 3D style animes. I like Knights of Sidonia,
Yes,
and that's like a 3D style anime.
absolutely. It's very good.
Yeah,
But
it gets to the point where you're like, okay, let's
mm,
wrap this up.
mhm. And just
It's only a 2-season anime.
no, this is the first season. This it
I'm
came.
talking about Knights of Sidonia.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I know, for real. And even then it was like it was dragging. Yeah, as my wife said, preferably because again the 3D looks very good, but me and my wife both very much preferred the 2D style because the
I do too.
style alone was so good. But again, it the pacing was awful. The story was because of the pacing not making a lot of sense. We both had to stop and discuss, one because we were getting sick, and two, we couldn't make sense of it, so we had to stop and discuss what happened so we could try to figure out what was going on.
Hmm.
Um, the idea's kind of there. I could see it being okay. Maybe it was just the first episode. Like, okay, we gotta really capture people. We gotta really get these TikTokers' attentions. So we gotta make it as everything happening all at once as possible. And then it kind of, slows down once we get everything set up. That's not how
Put a
you get
Subway
me.
Surfers video in the corner.
Yeah, exactly. That's not how you're gonna get me. But they are doing something cool where it's like, okay, you can follow the polls of the rankings of these heroes in real time, and you can vote on who your favorites are and everything. And if they're voted like not highly, things will happen in real time to these characters, like kind of like Total Drama Island, that type of shit. Like
Yeah.
it could be cool. I'm not gonna watch it. I that feeling I've never gotten from an anime before
You
on a
tried to
level.
kill me. I don't.
Yeah, I hated it. I hated
You
it.
set me. You set me on a mission to die.
It literally, like, I want all I asked because again, I'm sorry that I almost subjected you to it, but I wanted to see if it happened, if it was just me and her, or if this is just what it does to people like us, like older anime fans, maybe.
Yeah. Like I said, I can deal with 3D, and I can deal with. I'm with you. I like a 2D anime. And I can deal with the 3D, especially now. Stuff like Arcane, and
Yeah,
if this was all in this style of 3D that I'm seeing here,
yeah,
I could do that too.
yep,
Um, well, even like G-Quux has some like 3D elements, but it's not. It's not like this.
yes. It was the constant switching, like literally, it would no 3D to no 2D back and
Hmm.
forth, second by second, and it was like, oh my god, what the fuck is happening? But yeah, so that is my 2B Hero X rant. If you like it, I'm very glad. I see it has legs, and they are putting a lot of money into this, and it is very stylized. Oh, you're making a face. What is happening?
Your wife just sent a screenshot of the 2D,
It's so good,
and
isn't it?
it's good. It's not even close.
Uh huh.
This is this is from two different shows.
I know, isn't it? It's like night and day. Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm not watching this.
I beg of you, watch like the first 3 minutes to see what I'm talking about for the pacing.
I don't want to.
I know, but we all do things we don't want to. We all do things we don't want to.
He keeps posting screenshots and it's getting worse.
I know. If you like it, if anyone watching this likes it, good. I'm glad. I see it has legs and I see they're putting money into it. And the character designs are very cool and very good. And there's something there, but it's not for me. And I think if I watch it, it'll kill me. So that is my to be
I
hero.
feel like I will die.
Yes. So that is that. I only have like one other anime thing, if you don't
Go
mind.
ahead.
So my repertoire of anime has slowly thinned out for showing a good friend of ours more anime. She has been kind of secluded in her anime, And I was like, I'm going to expand your horizons. So we've showed her the Gurren Lagans. We've showed her the Attack on Titans. We've showed her this, that, and the others. And I was like, you know what? I only have one last 10 out of 10 to show you before we start getting into the niches.
I'm sorry, Plague. I just fucking noticed what your prop was.
You just noticed it? Really? Do you like it?
Yeah. No,
Oh.
I don't. I can't wait to talk about it.
But yeah, so I only have one last 10 out of 10 that both me and my wife consider a 10 out of 10 to show you. And I prefaced it by saying this isn't like an 11 out of 10 where like Attack on Titan, nothing will ever beat Attack on Titan's foreshadowing. This isn't
Yeah.
like
Oh, speaking of Attack on Titan, I realized the other day, I was talking with Plague and
oh, yeah.
talking with Plague like, did the last part of Attack on Titan come out? And I didn't even notice.
Yes,
Attack
it
on
did.
Titan is one of my favorite animes. I just didn't
Just didn't watch the last part of it.
watch the last part.
That ending though,
We
huh?
should the end. So like I read the manga.
Yes.
It's like the first manga I read fully. I was kind of late to the manga game.
It's fair.
That was the first manga that I bought and read all of it.
Yes.
Um, but we should show. Speaking of my favorite animes, we should show Astro Goblin Slayer and just skip the first episode.
The first episode is the part that matters.
No, it's not.
That is the most pivotal part of that anime. That's why that anime got popular.
I'm sure because all the anime is very good.
It is. No,
The
it
anime,
is.
the anime is D&D anime.
It is.
We're skipping the first episode.
Yeah,
But back to Refate Zero.
Yeah. So, basically, I was talking to Astro. Astro's the friend that we're talking about here, and I was like, Astro, me and my wife have one last 10 out of 10 to show you. It's not an 11 out of 10 like Attack on Titan, where it's like nothing will beat this foreshadowing. It's not like an 11 out of 10 like Gurren Lagann, where it's like this will change anime for you forever. Nothing will ever beat it. It's like teamwork and like dreams and like this, no, like our drill is the drill that'll pierce the heavens. But this is a jack of all trades, master of none sort of 10 out of 10. Like this is, it hits every beat that it needs to. Yeah, like characters are good. Like every character is good in their own way, and it's ReZero. And she was like, "Okay, I've never watched an isekai before," and I was like, "Okay, well this is a good one to watch. It's one of the good ones. Most of them suck."
Shown a Rosario Vampire.
He's just shown a Rosario Vampire. And both me and Kristen were very unsure of how she was going to take ReZero. So this started like 3 weeks, maybe a month ago. It's been a while since the last podcast. So it was about a month ago. We started watching ReZero. And again, both me and Kristen, my wife, were like, I don't know how she's going to take it. She's never watched an isekai. These characters are they can be very annoying at points. They can be very human at other points. Likable, unlikable, whatever. So we're like, it's been like less than a month and we're like hitting season 3 now. She loves every single character. She has cried her tears dry. She has laughed at, she says she has never laughed harder at an anime and cried harder at an anime. So things have been going very good. I'm hoping that by the end of it that this might be tied for, or might overtake her favorite anime.
Which is currently...
I don't know. Maybe she's in the chat. Astro, what's your current favorite anime? Go.
She's not watching us.
She's not watching us. She's
We're
playing.
old and lame now.
We're
She's
old
playing
and lame.
Wizard 101.
She's playing Wizard 101 with her new cool young friends. We're the old lame uncles that showed up 4 months late with presents. Yeah, we still didn't get a response. I bought a present. Anyways, we'll see if we get a response and we'll let the viewers know later. But yeah, that's it for that. That is it for that. But we did have something big happen.
We went and saw a movie. Plague and I went and saw a movie for the first time.
Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is our current favorite anime.
There's better animes, Astro.
Jesus Christ, there's better animes. There's better anime. We'll see. We'll see if ReZero beats
Okay, that came off like I don't like demons. I like Demon Slayer, but a favorite. Have you seen Rosario
it.
Vampire?
Have you even watched Rosario? Have you seen G-Quux?
The guy at our GameStop has a tattoo of the teenage Yeti girl, so
Oh
I'd
my
say it's pretty
god.
good.
Oh my fucking god, you just hit me with that. I forgot all about him, dude.
So Plague met this guy independently.
I did at a hair salon, dude. You had to mute yourself. You're laughing so hard.
Oh my god, what a look!
Oh, dude.
I don't understand the. I want the mire from this anime tattooed on my body.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like here,
Yuck.
like here, visible, the entire
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
sleeve.
It's not like it's like worked into a sleeve. No.
Just this,
It's just a
just
picture of her.
just her. Hey, if you're a fan of the podcast, thanks for the subscription. We love you, man.
No.
No, no, anyone but you. You're my antithesis. But yeah, we went to go see a movie. We actually went out. We went out to go see a movie in theaters.
Plague and I haven't seen a movie like in theaters since
Deadpool and Wolverine, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that wasn't that long ago.
But before that, it was the D&D movie,
Yeah.
which was like 3 years in between.
So
like
Plague has been getting caught up on the MCU. Because he only had watched up to Iron Man 2.
Yeah. And then I was like,
so-
I'm good.
So we're getting caught up, and he watched because we play Marvel Rivals.
Yep.
He loves Bucky, so this has Bucky. So we went and saw Thunderbolts. This has Bucky in it. I think you also did. You watch Captain America or Captain America and the Winter Soldier
Nope.
or Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Or did you just watch the new Falcon or Captain America movie?
So we started watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier like this weekend. Me and the wife did. But no, like I watched literally independently, all I watched up to was like Iron Man 2, and then I watched Avengers because it was Avengers. And then I was like, okay, I'm good. And then we started watching Guardians of the Galaxy because you were like, hey, these are like the good ones.
Mm.
But then
Yes, sir.
I like Bucky, and I was like, I really like Bucky. I think he was always like a very interesting character. And so we're like, hey, this is the Bucky movie. Let's go see it.
Mhm. And Thunderbolts is so fun.
Thunderbolts is a very good movie. That is such a good fucking movie. Holy shit.
You do need to
Man.
see Captain America, or you need to see Falcon and the Winter Soldier before you go see it.
Yeah.
You can get away without seeing Black Widow.
Yeah.
It just introduces you to one of the characters. But or I guess two of the characters. It introduces Red Guardian and Yelena.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know who either of these two people are. I didn't understand why we were following Yelena. I was like, oh, this is a new character. Okay, cool. Why is she the focus? Okay, cool. I'll just follow it.
However, Plague has learned he loves Red Guardian.
That's me, baby. That is me if you put me in a Marvel movie. That is everything he says is gold.
We won't talk about it a lot because the movie's still fairly new.
Yeah, and there are people who very much care for Marvel spoilers.
It is up there with one of my favorite Marvel movies.
I'm glad to hear that. You've been holding on to that nugget of information.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. But I like U.S. Agent. I really like the character.
I also like U.S. Agent.
Because like he didn't really do anything wrong.
Your U.S. Agent is my Magneto. Very cool. I like this.
No, Magneto did some stuff wrong.
No, he didn't. We'll die on this hill later. Keep going.
But so with John, his thing is like
Oh, but he killed that innocent guy. Innocent.
I think I know
Really?
what you're talking about because I've been watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think I know what you're talking about.
Was that guy innocent, or was that guy a super crazy terrorist who killed his best friend?
Potato, tomato. I don't know.
I think I'd probably snap too. Now, granted, probably shouldn't have done it with the shield. But also, Steve Rogers was just straight capping fools.
That's a good point. He was.
He also drug a guy behind a motorcycle and slammed him into a tree.
But that was so. Devil's advocate. When Steve Rogers did that, was that on American soil? Oh,
That's the debate we're having currently.
I think that's what matters.
Irregardless,
Yeah. No, it doesn't matter.
they'll never make me hate John.
No, I think he's a very. I think he's one of the best. I'm gonna say this now, and this is the reason why I'm watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think he's probably the best written Marvel Cinematic Universe character.
I would agree. I think he's
I
really
think
well
he is
written.
the. I think he's the best.
I really like Falcon and the Winter Soldier because I don't know how much of it you've watched. And that one we can talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier a little bit.
Yeah.
So when they drive past after getting the shit beat out of them by the World Stompers or whatever they're called,
Flag Smashers.
Flag Smashers, yeah,
Dumb name.
dumb name. But when they're driving past and John's like, get in the truck.
Yeah.
It's 10 miles.
It is 10 miles to the next stop.
And Bucky and what's
Sam
Falcon.
Wilson.
Sam Wilson are kind of being bitches about it.
They kind of are.
So like I get Bucky's like, yeah, you're not Steve. Him I get.
I don't get Sam. I don't get
Yeah.
Sam at all.
And I get it because like he should be Captain America, but he gave up the shield, so what were they supposed to do? So I don't know. So this version of US Agent is very different than the US Agent from the comics. US Agent from the comics is very Punisher-esque.
Yes.
But
This version
it's
is
I saw
funny.
I saw a TikTok that was like the difference between Steve Rogers and John are Steve Rogers was a good person and John is a good soldier.
Yes. And that's a very good way to put it.
And I was like, that's exactly what it's supposed to be. I'm excited. I hope they do more with the characters. I can't talk about it.
Nope.
Can't talk.
I know you
about
want
it.
to. I also want
You know
to.
exactly. You know exactly my one gripe with this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens like right at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. I know exactly what you want to say, and it's your one issue, and I get it. I'll go ahead so that way we have something else to talk about. The reason why Thunderbolts is probably up there for my favorite Marvel movie is the fact that for a Marvel movie, for a normie, hey, let's go see a Marvel movie, they did psychological horror very well. From a normie point of view.
Mm-hmm.
I think the idea of going into a psyche, which, again, I'm trying to stay spoiler free here, but going into the human psyche and seeing what unravels, that's my shit. I love Silent Hill. Favorite game franchise of all time. And there was enough morsels of that in this movie for me to just kind of be like, I was not expecting this, and I'm fully in. Like, we went with a couple of friends, one of which me and him could not stop going, Glimbo, Bimbus, when's Blue Yoshi gonna show up? And then all of a sudden,
on the podcast next week.
he'll be on the podcast next week. It's gonna be very exciting. He'll
You're
let us know.
gonna try a 3-man podcast episode again.
We're gonna give it a shot. But like the entire movie, we're like, oh, Glimbo, and then all of a sudden that happened, and I'm like, glued to my seat. Just it got me. It hooked me. It's very good. Now again, this isn't Jacob's Ladder. This isn't Silent Hill 2. This isn't shit that's like, gonna make you sit and think for weeks. but it's a good way for people to kind of get into that genre and like kind of be like, there's some shit there. There's some stuff going on that they were trying, and they did pretty good. There's some swaps there, and they did a pretty good job of opening that door and closing it. But they went in and out. All the characters are done very well.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling Jesty here that I think that this is in my opinion, this could be recency bias. I think that this is a better, and I mean better just in one facet, and that's because sorry, the words escaped me. They're a more, God, what is the word I'm trying to think of? They're more of a cutthroat, angry sort of Guardians of the Galaxy. Like these people, they hate each other. But that chemistry is very good. It is done very well. And it blossoms into a very good friendship towards the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the end of the movie, the end credit scene is fucking crazy.
That is probably one of the best end credit scenes. It has the record for the longest.
Crazy. Yeah.
Oh.
It's crazy. And it shows how things are gonna tie together.
Yep.
Both end credit scenes do. There's a mid credit and an end credit.
That's true.
Mid credit, I'll talk about the mid credit because it's not really that much of a spoiler. It shows that there's some hero drama because they're calling themselves the Avengers.
You've all seen it by now.
The Avengers still exist with Sam Wilson.
That's true.
So now there's an issue where there's now two groups of Avengers. There's also the new Avengers. There's the new Avengers, which is what they call themselves now. There's the Avengers, and then there's another group that calls themselves the Avengers also that they talk about.
Yep.
So
there's a lot going on.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it as a franchise goes. Because these aren't your A-list heroes.
No. They're very good heroes.
They're all anti-heroes at best.
Yeah.
You know. So
but these are the ones that I want to watch.
Yeah, so
I could give a fuck less about Sam Wilson. I'm going to be honest. I could give a fuck less about Hank Pym and Professor Hulk and whoever else is on the main Avenger squad. Thor has run his course. I'm sick of seeing him. These are the guys I want. The chemistry in this goddamn movie is so thick and good and juicy. I could eat it like a bowl of soup. It's so good. This is what I want. This reminded me of like the original setup for the Avengers movie. The chemistry levels are that good.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of fun. I liked it a lot. But before we went to the movie, Plague and I played in a grand tournament.
Another tournament! Yay, tournament podcast! Did you hear that, sweetie? Tournament!
So I played my Sons of Behemoth. I played a 4 Mega Gargant list. I didn't bring Kragnos this time.
Thank God.
Because I feel like at Adepticon I kind of used him as a crutch.
Okay, I never asked you why.
That's because I felt I used him as a crutch, and then I lost him, and then my game just fell apart.
Got it.
But this time I didn't bring him, and I used Broad Stomp, which gives me Kragnos' 3d6 charge anyways. So.
But staying more in line with your faction thematic anyway.
Yep. Plague played Stormcast.
I played my Adepticon list. And you know what? I learned a lot from Adepticon as well, and we'll go into that. We'll start with your do you want to just go into placings? We'll start with your placing.
I got second place.
Big dog.
I went 4-1. My only game I lost was the guy who won first.
Yeah. No, and that's impressive. The guy who got first did not lose a game. So it's
he steamrolled me.
Yeah. Daughters of Cain is Daughters of Cain. It's just that's what they're gonna do.
I played against Flesh Eater Courts round 1. Won that game. It was Nagash, a big bat. and a gash, big bat, some crypt horrors, some crypt ghouls, and a couple of the regular night bat dudes.
Yep.
Killed the gash, killed the big bat. Game kind of fell apart for my opponent. Then I played against Slaves of Darkness. I played against the Pokeball. That one I outpaced my opponent, and then I just avoided the Chosen until my game ended.
Let me just step away from the Chosen, and then
Yep.
keep stepping away.
Played against Nighthaunt, who is actually our Games Workshop store manager. He took a couple days off to come play in the tournament. He got a little aggressive with his Blade Geists, and they just got.
It's
He's
just,
like, well,
oh.
there went my hammer, and then I charged a gash, Monstrous Rampage, slammed him into another Mega Gargant, and then he was just in a 2v1 and just got murdered.
Yeah.
Who else did I play? Chaos, Nighthaunt, Flesh Eaters.
I also had this issue today as well.
Daughters of Cain. I played against Daughters of Cain. That's the game that I lost. And playing against someone else, I just absolutely steamrolled them.
Was it your last opponent?
No, because that was Nighthaunt.
Oh, yep. Oh, I'm trying to think for you. It wasn't two Slaves to Darkness again. That was at Adepticon.
That's Adepticon. Yep.
It wasn't a repeat. You didn't play against the other Stormcast player, right?
No, because that was the old man.
Was it Ironjaws?
Nope.
Okay. I know there was an
Maybe it was.
Ironjaws.
No, it was Chaos. It was Chaos twice because I'm like, play against Chaos again.
Oh, okay.
Because so it's a 16-person tournament. 3 of them are playing Slaves of Darkness.
Yep. Yep.
The second list I played was not Chosen Pokeball though, so that was cool.
I played against that same opponent, correct?
Yes, we played 2 of the same opponents. We played against
Yes.
both played against the Flesh Eater Quartz player and the Slaves of Darkness player.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm sure you're all wondering how your boy, the new player, fared. You know, I went to Adepticon, learned a lot, and I took that knowledge and
You're in the trash.
threw it all in the trash and got last place, dead last place. First opponent was another Stormcast player. I played Dragons, he played Ruination. Just got outmodeled for sure. Every fight was like a 3v1. That really sucked. Second game was the Flesh Eater Quartz player. I just got outspelled and just I failed my battle tactic round 1, and then my Storm Drakes were in just such a bad spot to where I lost my Storm Drakes round 2. And so then I was just down an entire model, and when I only have 5 units on the board, not much I can do.
Oh, Skaven was my other one. I played against Skaven, not 2
Not
slaves.
Chaos. Oh, was it the 200?
No, it was not that list. It was the other Skaven player.
It was not the 200 Clan Rat.
There was a Skaven player that showed up with 200 clan rats.
And the general was Grey Seer on Screaming Bell, right?
Yep.
Alrighty. Jesus Christ. Third opponent was the Sinch. It was a very fun Sinch player. I got to see what Sinch is like whenever it's not
Yep.
silly. It's more so a melee focused build where the way that this player worded it was, I'm a Beasts of Chaos player and I'm mad at Games Workshop for getting rid of Beasts of Chaos, so I threw them all into Sinch and here they are. So it's a very melee focused Sinch build. My fourth opponent was Let's Go Gambling, the Gloomspite Gits, Trug Roulette.
Mm-hmm.
All
We
trolls,
love Trug
baby.
here.
We love Trug. I loved Trug. He did get the wizard off. It was fucking wild. It's like, for this turn, Trug is a wizard. And then he was like, I'm going to dispel your spell. And Trug failed. He's not very good at being a wizard. And then my last fight was against Slaves to Darkness, the one that you went against.
No,
No,
we did
no, it
not play
wasn't.
the
No, it
same.
wasn't. No, it wasn't.
The only player that the only player that we had that was the same was Flesh Eater Quartz.
Yep.
I played him round 1. You played him round 2.
Yep.
Played them round 2.
Yep. And yeah, no, the slaves that I went against was not Chosen Pokeball, but it was Angron. No, not Angron. Yes, Angron?
Archaon.
Archaon, the biggest model, the hugest model. And that
Mm-hmm.
was wild. And I almost killed him. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very close game.
The Slayer of Kings something.
Yeah. No, it
Oh.
didn't get it off. Didn't get it off. Kept trying, because that's where 2-6s.
Yep.
Nope. Kept trying. I was rooting for him. I was rooting for him to get it off towards the end, because I think we ended like 37-38.
So something I learned from this tournament is Nagash's Hand of Dust is a monstrous rampage. He cannot do it against King Broad.
Oh.
King Broad says this model cannot be monstrous rampaged against.
Sorry, no Hand of Dust. No gambling
Womp
for you.
womp.
Womp womp. King Broad wins. Now you have to deal with this. Yeah, no. So I played Stormcast specifically because with life going on, job getting a little busier, I haven't had time to fully set up my Flesh Eater Quartz. I'm very close to having them fully assembled. It's just I can make every excuse in the book. Everyone knows how it goes, oh, I'll build one model tonight. But when I have 60 models to build, time escapes me. And plus, I like playing games with the boys. You know how it goes. So I was like, well, I would like to play Flesh Eaters, but I have this army, so I brought this army. Yeah, no, it just didn't end up working out for me. There were a couple of very close games. There were also a lot of games where I was just so far in the lead in the beginning, and then I just lost units due to dumb 2v1s, due to getting locked into combat, due to so many dumb mistakes that the second I lost a model, I was already out. That's just the way it was. It got to the point, I won't lie, there was a moment there towards the end, like after all the games were done, where I was very disheartened, and I was like, I went and talked to our Games Workshop manager. After all the games were said and done, I'm like, hey, I have a question for you, because I am in last place. I've lost all my games. And I went 1-4, 1-3-1 at Adepticon with this exact same list. And I want you to tell me the truth. I want you to just hit me with it, because I want to get better as a player and better at list building as well. Is the reason why I'm not doing good because I don't have enough models on the board. So when I play aggressive, because everything I do, I usually do aggressive. They counter that by locking in one of my few units, because again, I'm playing dragons, very point heavy. They lock my dragons into 2v1s, usually win because it's 2v1. Now I'm down a unit. So because of me being down a unit, I'm already now at such a low, uphill battle that they just, with all their extra models on the board, just basically roam free, and I can't do anything about it. That's kind of like a very short and sweet version of what I asked him. He confirmed that more than likely that is a 75% of my issue. 25% is I'm still new.
Yep.
And I was
But
okay.
that comes back full circle to what we were talking about earlier at the pod, where I was like, you don't have all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You have one list of Stormcast really, and you swap out some things.
Mm-hmm.
But for me,
More
like,
Storm Drakes.
so what I learned from this tournament is I'm not bringing the Kraken Eater. Not doing it.
Didn't do much for you.
Back to the Beast Smasher. He's back in.
Friendship with Kraken Eater over. Beast Smasher is my new best friend.
So I want to love the Beast Smasher or the Kraken Eater. He's just not great. So like their thing is like, oh, I can move objectives. Great. This asshole only ever kicked an objective 3 inches.
Ah,
I'm like, what was the point?
I see. And now you're
Yeah.
pawning it off on me. Okay.
I'm just letting you borrow him.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I will say my big thing is I am very much, and this is also back to our initial conversation at the beginning. I'm very much more excited to play Flesh Eater Courts because that's very much more in mind what I'm interested in than Stormcast. I played Stormcast because it was an easier army to learn the game with,
Sure.
in my opinion. Compared to Skaven,
Yeah.
Stormcast was easier to learn with. Flesh Eater
Sure.
Courts is my. I can't say my email address in the podcast, but I had an obsession with zombies and stuff as a teenager. My whole personality was plague and zombies and stuff. That's more in line with my idealistic army. Not Nurgle. I think those models are ugly.
Which is crazy to me.
I know, me too. Death Guard's cool, but I don't know. Maggotkin, not so much.
Oh man, the Blight Kings are sick.
But yeah, so we played in the tournament. You got second place, which is insane. I'm very happy for you. That is awesome. You had
Thanks, man.
great games. And I learned a lot as well. And again, they were like beginning of the games I was doing great. Like I had like there were some games where I was like, oh, 2 10-point turns in a row. This is it. And then all over. So we learned a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, so part of it being a GT's, all models had to be painted. You were scored on that. There was a rubric. I didn't necessarily agree with the paint scores given. There were some comments made about how this thing was scored that I really don't agree with. Such as like contrast paints don't count as painting, neither does dry brushing. Look. On the rubric it said shading and highlighting. Contrast technically does both. A dry brush is a highlight. Whether you think it takes skill or not, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And like I wasn't gonna win best painted. Wasn't super interested in winning best painted, but oh, excuse me. Oh. It was a rough night in Chateau de Gesty last night.
I fucking love that. Oh my god.
So for me, I'm like, whatever. I don't. People that win awards judged my painting at Adepticon and scored me pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
So for Sioux Falls, I was like, I don't care that much. I do care about like new people that are like, oh, I painted my model, I think it looks sick, and then they score like an 8 out of 39 because they use contrast paints and dry brushes.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is with it. I'll let you go here in a second, Flag.
You're
The
good.
thing is with it, like, it's not a painting competition. There needs to be a threshold of like, is the model painted? Okay, you score 25 out of 39 just for it being painted.
The minimum requirements.
Because there's some people that like are new to painting and they're like, okay, this is what I like to do. This is how I kind of like to do it. Then there's some people who just don't have time.
What you're getting at
Like,
mainly is the fact that it's a tournament first. Painting is just a secondary part
yeah.
of it.
Yeah, and one of our friends was like, well, I like that people that went above and beyond got awarded. I have no issue with that either. But I feel like judging new painters is like, oh, you only get 12 points out of 39 because you dry brushed and you used contrast paints and this, that, and the other. I'm like, it's gatekeeping painting. That is what it is.
Mm-hmm. So
Go ahead, Plague.
my whole thought process on it is, so the 12 out of 39 is me. I'm gonna open up and say it. I was a little upset about it. I was a little heartbroken. I painting getting a little emotional, sorry. Uh I started painting these models during a really bad time. And for me, it was an outlet for a lot of my emotions. And I got what I felt and what I still feel very good at it. I
Mhm.
use these paints, contrast paints, and dry brushing and this stuff just because I know that they are tools that aren't just a simple brush and paint.
Yep.
And I got them to the point to where it's like, okay, I use contrast as my base. I use acrylic on top. I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that. Multiple steps, multiple this, that, and the other. And when I
Yep.
was finding out like this, I was finding out my score. I was finding out, um, you know, that at the time, what felt like to me, that my sheet had you use contrast and dry brush, so you got a 12 out of 39. I was like, okay, so you saw that and didn't see any of the other work I put in and just moved on. Which, to be fair, there were 16 players in our side of things and like 30 plus in the 40K side of things, and you're, one person judging all of them in one day. That's a lot. You have
Hmm.
a lot to get through. But, like, okay, it felt like I was using a medium that you personally didn't agree with, so I got judged poorly for it. And because you saw that, you didn't want to judge me on anything else that I did.
Yep.
What I would have appreciated as someone who is a newer painter and someone who is fairly new to the hobby was, okay, if you're judging me lower, I would have liked like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, sit down and be like, okay, here's what I would have done for these models specifically, because
Yep.
the Liberators, fuck them. They were 3 paint minimum. I need to get them done for Adepticon ASAP, but I'm very
Yep.
proud of my dragons.
Yeah.
How could I have made them better in your eyes? What how would you have judged them better? Would
Yeah.
I
But
were there better paints I could have used? Was there a better technique? How do I highlight better?
yeah, it's one of those
Explain
things
to me.
that's if he would came back and said, "Oh, don't use contrast paints," then it's just well, fuck me, I guess.
I have $240 worth of contrast paints because those are the paints I like to use.
Yeah. And I think your dragons look phenomenal. I think your Ionis looks awesome.
Thank you. And I was getting compliments not only here but also at Adepticon from not from multiple people. And again, taking a step back from everything at the time, it did really, it got to me because
Hmm.
again, I was in a bad place. I used this painting as an outlet specifically on these dragons to get
Hmm.
ready for Adepticon, and so it was like you're hurting my babies. But again,
Yeah.
this is one person doing 70, no, like 50 judges all at once. He probably literally looked at them for like 15 seconds. It's like, okay, I see this, this, and
Yeah.
this. Okay, I got to go to
I
the
think
next
that
one.
they need to have a more defined rubric. Um, like Adepticon's paint score is out of 100.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. I feel like there's it could have been much more granular than it was
Right.
probably. And then like I got marked for no highlighting on my giants because
As
I
my
do dry
wife said,
brushing.
my wife also added in the chat, more than one judge would be very nice.
Yeah. So it's I don't know. But part of the GT was we got to have door prizes,
My
which is
baby.
why Plague has a ice pelt hunter.
Blood pelts. I didn't choose
Whatever.
them. They chose me.
There's so much stuff still on the table.
Not really.
I got a dice pack
Yeah, a dice pack
for
for
sun goblins.
right. I wasn't gonna pick that. Like okay,
The blood pelt.
it's for Ma tribes, which is an army that I am vaguely interested in, specifically for Stonehorns, which this fits into. It is range for Stonehorns. Good range for Stonehorns. And I mean, just look at this silly little guy. He's just a silly little guy. I'm just happy I won something. I know everyone got something. I'm glad I won something. I didn't win anything at Adepticon. Yeah, I'm glad I won something. He chose me. He's a little guy.
At Adepticon, I won a Hopgrot Slitta boss, and I got the I had some. So I got a dice pack. It's fine. It's a free thing. It was funny before awards or door prizes were getting announced. Right. Well, when door prizes were getting announced, I was like, ooh.
Good buddy of ours won Blue Horrors.
I was like, I can't. When we were getting door prizes for the Turbulent GT, I was like, oh, there's some good stuff up here. I'm like, can't wait to get Zinch dice. When I went up there was Zinch dice and like Sun Goblin dice, and I went, ooh boy.
Listen, there has to be variables. I can't just have fucking 40 boxes of rattle bones or whatever it's called.
Death rattle.
Death rattle. That would be cool. Everyone gets death rattle.
But no, the tournament was fun.
I did have a lot of fun. I've learned to stay more hydrated.
Yeah, the one gripe I have is I think the paint rubric could have been more defined, but other than that, it was a good time.
The one gripe I had was going to that goddamn restaurant and having to sit and wait till like literally 2 minutes before our round 2 for our goddamn check. We were done eating 20 minutes before.
Our waitress was not very good at the restaurant we were eating at.
No. That was a gripe. No, I had a great time. I think that so it was put on by our local game store, and our tournament specifically was put on by a very good friend of mine, not you. I think he did a phenomenal job. I want him biblically.
Podcast is over. We're not doing this. We're not.
Listen, I gotta say what I gotta say. I think he did a phenomenal job. I think it went very well. I'm excited to see what next year's is. Like, it was a blast. I think that the people that were there was a good mix of people. Everyone was very positive in my mind. There were some people that kept going over time. Luckily, with a smaller tournament like this, it didn't matter too much, but it did kind of stink. But everyone was positive about it, and that was a good environment. I think the environment itself was very good.
Yep.
And that's all. That's what it's all about, baby. Good.
It didn't get too hot in the venue. There's enough airflow. There's enough space to walk around.
Yeah, I agree. The venue was good. It was a good choice. It didn't feel cramped and crowded. And my wife might be doing art there next year, so that'd be cool. I don't know if I told you that.
You didn't tell her that?
No, I didn't know if I told you that.
Oh, I was there when you were talking about it.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
But cool. That's kind of it for us the last month and a half.
Yeah. This time we'll stay on schedule. 2 weeks. It'll be the three-way. The three-way Royal Rumble that you've been waiting for.
We'll bring Howie in here. We'll have a good time.
We love Howie. I love him.
Yeah. But it's 11 o'clock for us.
Yep.
Everyone have a good night.
We love you very much. Stay hydrated. It's hot out there. It's summertime now.
Go buy Blood Pill Hunter.
Look at this little guy. I fucking love this little guy. I fucking love him. That's my guy.